Were you raised to follow directions, especially when they come from a boss or from other form of authority? Yeah, a lot of us believe that, but there are other people who think that they have to have input on whatever they're told to do, especially on the job. They might even refuse to take on a task unless they get their way. Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. Today we're going to talk about the employee that wants to get their way. There's nothing wrong with someone providing input when requested, but workers need to understand that following orders is not an option. When you survey workers about job satisfaction, one of the most popular items is a desire to buy into the vision of an organization and to be able to feel like a person's work is of value. But there is a time and place for questions and time to get work done. I have found that most workers who ask a lot of questions about an assignment can be the most beneficial person on your team. They force you to rethink your strategy, justify your strategy. They might have a good idea to improve on a process. At minimum, they keep you from sticking with a method that needs revision. Defending your plan is going to help you make sure you are proceeding correctly. But there's a big difference from the worker who asks questions or wants to provide input, but then refuses to accept the answer. Once a decision is made, the debate has to stop. Questions can be asked as long as they are helpful. If you find that a worker who still disagrees with your strategy after having had a chance to provide input, and if you find that that worker is not on task, well, you then need to pull that person aside and address that issue. That problem has to be addressed promptly. I knew a manager who hated confrontation. He wanted to ignore a problem until the next formal performance evaluation. He allowed a lot of bad behavior to continue and appeared to be acceptable to others. Look, people do make mistakes. You'll want to ask a problem worker why they have taken a particular action counter to the instructions they were given. Listen to their story. Can you see where they might have misunderstood what you told them? Or does it seem like an unsupported excuse? If they always have a reason for not taking ownership of a problem, well, chances are their behavior is not accidental. When you confront an excuse-making employee, make sure you handle the situation with certainty and dignity, boldly yet calmly. Employees who always are ready with excuses are just as problematic as the person who refuses to take on a task. Be direct and don't mince words. If someone refuses to do their job, they need to understand that you're running a department or a project. They have to be reminded that you listen to everyone's ideas before you set the direction. Never back down at this stage, or you'll damage your credibility as a leader. Discipline as necessary. If someone is working on a high-profile project, you can remove them. Always be sure that the level of punishment fits the offense. Remember that you are still focusing on the behavior in question and not the person. Oh, and keep written records of your conversations and your actions. It matters what you say and how you say it during conversations like this. This is what I researched in part for my online course, Managing Difficult Employees. If you struggle with managing situations like this, I know you can benefit from my 90-minute course. Check it out. Go to my website, daveedwardsmedia.com, click on courses, and look for Managing Difficult Employees. The next time you have to deal with an employee who wants their way, you'll be glad you did. I'm Dave Edwards.